In this video, I will explain about enum. Enum is used for enumerated data type. We can define our own data type. Just like class is used for defining user-defined data types, so enum is also used for user-defined data types. These enums are supported in C and C++ also. In C and C++, we can have predefined constants. So same way we can have finals here, predefined finals. Enums are defined just like classes. So I will take enum. I'm going to take enum defining the departments of an engineering college. So engineering college will have various departments like CS and IT and civil, electronic and communication. So these are enough. So I have taken 4 departments. These are enough. See, every identifier that I have given here is a final as well as static. So you remember in interfaces we can have final and static members, and they will be public, static and final. So same way here also they are public, static and final. But here we don't have to assign any value. The identifier itself is a value. Alright. So compiler will convert these identifier as values itself. So the objects of department itself. Now I can declare a variable of this type and I can initialize it with any one of the value in my program. So inside main method, I will declare a enum of type dept d, and this is initialized with dept dot c. I'm getting all the constants, all the final values. So I will take cs. So the value of d is cs. It is CSE department, Computer Science Engineering department. And this D can have only those values which are defined here. I cannot assign any other value. I will try to assign some other value and show you. See, I wrote dpt d equal to 1. So this is not allowed. I can use only those values which are there in this enum department. So CS I will take. So these department names will work like codes. So when you have information about a student or a book or a faculty or an employee which he belongs to a particular department, then you can use this department name as a code. Now few important thing about enum. See, whenever you write any enum, this will be automatically inheriting from a class called enum. See, from Java Oracle documents, I am showing you this enum is a class present inside lang package. This belongs to java.lang and it is inheriting from object. So our enums will be inheriting from this enum. So let us see what it is having. It is having few methods like clone, compare to, equals, finalize, right, name, ordinal, toString, values of. So we have some methods inside this one. Like name will give you the name of an enum. Ordinal, it will give you the order, just like a index. See, for example, I want the ordinal of CS, it is 0, IT is 1, and this is civil is 2. So based on the order in which they are defined, they will have their index. So ordinal will give you index. Then the value of, when you give any name of a constant, this constant, in the form of a string, then it will return this constant. So you can find out the value of a particular constant. Let us call those methods and check. I will print this system.out.println d dot. I will call the method ordinal. See, I have given first one, that is CS. Let us run and check. See, ordinal is 0. If I change this to civil, then what happens? Civil is 2, ordinal 2. Yes, it is ordinal 2. So it will give the index of this identifier inside this enum. And instead of ordinal, I can call name also. It will give me same thing back again. The name is civil only. So I will get civil. Then even I can use the name of enum and I can call methods that belongs to enum. See, it is having 4 constants and it is having value of method. So this value of method, if I give IT, then if it is matching, then it will give me IT. See, yes, it is matching, so it gives IT. And it should be in uppercase only. So if I give it in lowercase, then it may not match. So I will not get anything and it is illegal argument exception. So it is throwing an exception. So if I give any value which is exactly matching, then I will get that value. Otherwise, I should be ready to handle an exception. And one important thing, all these constants must be in capitals only. You must give. So you should follow Java naming convention, and all these should be constants because these are all finals. Then using the name of enum dpt, I can pull all the values that are defined. So I will show you that. I will remove this. See, dpt list assign dpt dot values. This values will give me array of all these values inside this enum. So list will contain all the list of values. So that are CS, IT, civil and EC. I will print all of them using a, so for each loop it is dpt x, and that I have to take it from list, and I will print this x. This each x represent the value inside this list, and that is of type dpt, and the values will be CS, IT, civil and EC. Let us print this one. So yes, CS, IT, civil and EC. So all these values are stored inside this list array, and that list is of type dpt. So this is how you can get all the values also. Now next thing is, usually this type of codes or enums are useful in switch cases. Based on the code, we perform different operation. So here I will write down a example switch case for these departments, and then I will show you. See, I have written a switch case statement where the cases are having the constants or finals defined inside enum, that is CS, IT, all those things. Then I am printing some details about a department, like who is the head of the department and where this department is located, in which block, building block A, building block B, or so on. And right now we have a variable or a reference of type department, and it is initialized with civil. So this should execute, and it should print head as Srinivas and block as C. Let us run and check. Yes, I got those details. So it is printing some details of a department. Now instead of civil, I will make it as ECE. Then I should get Dave and block D. I should get this result. So here in demonstration, I am just printing the values. If you have any operations to perform based on this codes, you can perform those operations. Now let us move ahead and talk about other members of a enum. A enum can also have other methods as well as a constructor. So we can have a constructor also, but constructor must be either private or default. So it should not be public or protected. Yeah, here I am getting error, so it is expecting a semicolon here because I am extending it by writing a constructor. So I should stop it by semicolon. Now inside the constructor, what I can do, I can just display a message. I will print this dot, I will display the name, okay? Name of this identifier. That's all. I am printing this one. So let us see when this constructor will be called. Okay. See, I am creating an object here. I am creating an object, and that object is having ECE. But when the constructor is called, let us check. See, it is printing CS, IT, civil and ECE. And after that, this is from switch case. I will comment switch case. Let us try it once more. See, it's just like I'm exploring along with you. Okay. Instead of explaining, I'm exploring. So I have just one line, that is department D, DPT, EC, and there is a constructor here, and the constructor is printing the name. It is printing all four names. Yes, but I have created only one. So actually what happens is, whenever a enum is loaded, all these identifiers will be created. CS, IT, civil, EC, everyone will be created, and their constructors will be called. So this is their constructor. For each identifier, for each constant or final, this constructor is called. So that's why this is called 4 times, and it is displaying the names of each identifier. It is not called here. Constructor is not called here when you are assigning it. It is called when this enum is loaded. How the classes are loaded, enums are also loaded. So at loading time, for each constant, this constructor is called. So have you understood? When the constructor is called, when the enum is loaded, for every identifier it is called. This is over. Now we can also have other methods. So other method can be public. Constructor must be private or default, but other method can be public. So I will have one method name called as display. So in display, I can print something related to a particular identifier. So I will print this dot ordinal. I will print the ordinal value, though I can call ordinal also. Okay, I will do one thing. I will print the name, this dot name, okay, plus with some space, I will print ordinal also. So whenever I call display, it will give the name of that particular identifier and the ordinal of that identifier. So here I will do d dot. So see, I can access this method display. It is available here, call display. So it should display this name of the identifier as well as its ordinal value. For which one? It should call for EC because D is of type EC. See, EC3, EC3. Okay. So we can have constructors as well as other methods inside enum. So now further, more on enum. See, even if you want, you can assign some values to these identifiers. You can assign some values. So I will give some value to this one. What type of value I can give? I will give the name John. What is this? This is head's name. Departments had a name, right? And I will also give block A. This is the location of a department. I can give more than one values also. For CS, I have given 2 values. Likewise, I will fill up the values for other department also. So we can give values also to these constant. I have given 2 values, but it is giving error. The reason is, if you want to give any value as a description of that constant, then for each value, you must take it as a parameter in a constructor. So constructor must be a parameterized constructor. So I am having a constructor, so I will make it as a constructor. That is head name, that is first parameter, and second is string, that is location as a next parameter. So if you are giving any descriptive values to these constant, you must have a constructor which is taking those values. Now after taking values, what I will do is I will declare 2 members here, properties here. First one is string head, and second one is also string, that is location. So this is head and this is location. Now I will remove this constructor, this display value. I will remove it. Now this dot head, I will assign it as head. Okay. Then this dot location is assigned with LOC here. This is assigned with LOC. See, I am taking 2 parameters and I am assigning to these properties. See, the descriptions that I wanted to print in using switch case, now I don't need them. These values are already given inside this enums. A CS is containing its own detail. This constant is having its own detail. So if you want the details to be printed or you want to use these details in your application, then you can use them. So this constructor is taking those, it will take these 2 values and it will store in these 2 properties for each identifier. For each identifier, these will be created. Head and location will be created. So every identifier will have its own head and location. So imagine these as objects of type enum. Objects, okay? Each is an object which is having these 2 properties, head and location. Now for accessing them, I will have get methods. So I will write down the methods. First one is public method, that is a string, and head name. I want to get head name. So this should return head name. Then I will have one more property method, that is a string location, and this should return location. So I will change the name of the method. There may be a name conflict, so I will give it as get location. Okay, and this also get head name. So identifier itself will give the details. So if I say get location, I will get the location. If I say get head name, I'll get head name. See, this has become more like a class where this enum is a class and each of these are the objects of same type of class. These are the objects of same type. So class itself is having its own objects. So these finals are nothing but objects. Alright. So let us use these methods. I have a department of type EC. Now here I will say system.out.println. I will print d.getHeadName. See, I have this method and this will print head name. Then I will print another value also. See, first one will print head name, second one will print location for ECE. Yes, head name is Dave and the block is D. Let us change it to CS. Okay, I should get the details of the CS now. CS department. Yes, Mr. John and block A. That's it. So instead of switch cases, inside switch cases I was printing, now I have given that information with the constants itself, the identifiers itself. So that's all about enum. So let me repeat quickly the things that we have learned. See, the first thing we learned that inside enum we can have defined constants, and these constants should be in capitals. Next thing we learned that we can have constructor inside enum, and we can also have other methods also inside enum. And when enum is loaded, all these objects are created. These are objects of type enum. They are all created. And when you declare a reference of type enum, then you should assign some constant from that enum. And we have seen the methods of this class, that is enum, and also we have seen the methods of an object. Then we have seen we can also assign some properties or values to these enums, but we have to write a parameterized constructor. So that's all. Practice this program once, go through it. It is just like exploring what is enum.